for the ladies. Look at where I am now.
Surrounded by all these ladies.
Surrounded by men at every turn.
Every event, the same nerdy people.
The same dudes, the same dicks.
And I gotta say,
God
I was
damn.
told there would be fangirls eventually. Not the case. All right, guys, we got a draft underway. We can hop into it whenever. It's a very important one at that. Digital Chaos are going to be receiving what looks like the first pick of Game 3, and they start leading things out with a ban onto the puck. Crystal Maiden's got to go. Night Stalker also going to be taken off the table. And anything else you think warrants that respect?
Show me
Nyx.
Sand King. Nyx.
Wisp?
Clockwork. Wisp.
Nyx or Sand King?
Oh, I guess Wisp.
Well, if you say
Alright, Sand
15
King.
heroes, you're taking the fun out of it.
All right, we lost one of our fun ones here
Hey,
with the Sand King.
Sand King was the first one I said.
All right.
Clockwork
We did
was
have
the
a
next
first
one
pick
I
clock.
said.
What did you say?
What a Bulba hero that is.
You got to get a win. I would say putting Bulba on Clockwork is probably one of your safer bets. And he's one of the people who, like, I think he was saying at the summit he just enjoys playing Clockwork more on the 4 position than he does in the 3 position. We know more to be that 3 position Clockwork, but he's just like, oh, now you can just run around and do whatever the hell you want. You don't have to worry about the laning part of it. And eventually you get to do what a Clockwork does anyways.
Is
Yeah.
it
Jump
time
in
to
and die.
pull
Set up.
out the 3 and roll odd?
Queen of
Bat Rider first phase. This is not the TI3 Grand Final draft
to
yet,
pick.
but Bat Rider finally going to be shown here, and then the trusty Quap once again. The Game 1
If I see
MVP.
a Venomancer picked right now, it's gonna be Jack's game probably.
Oh, by the way, they were telling us that
10
currently
seconds
Jack is
remaining.
in the 5K game. A pub that will decide whether he is going to move
5
on
seconds
into the higher
remaining.
realms of 5K or remain in the slums of 4K and below.
If I'm any
Reserve
judge,
time.
that game usually takes like seven times.
Yeah.
7 times.
You're like, this is the one to get 5K. No.
I don't know what attempt he's on at the end of the day, but we send you our best, Jack, to see how it goes.
I think this is his first attempt.
First attempt. Oh, goodness. I'm sure everyone in there's like behind him as well, not backsitting or anything.
May the run down mid feeder be on the enemy side. After all, that is what determines about 33% of NA Dota games right now. So.
I think Jack will pick Spirit
Lena.
Breaker and just run at people, try to tilt their mid to lead and
Radiant
feed
team
couriers.
ban.
Tactics.
Jack is gonna try so hard.
So we have the early Queen of Pain pickup, which then warrants the opposing mid hero pretty early. You know what's interesting in Southeast Asia? I was watching they actually pick up their mids
10 seconds
really
remaining.
early. A lot of value in like the puck, for example.
5
Sure.
seconds
Grabbed it
remaining.
up first. Selling them in NA, we always seem to be waiting into our 3-4s.
Reserve
But
time.
I think what teams are seeing now is that your mid matchup, it's not just your mid hero, it's your 4 hero as well. So it's not a true 1v1 anymore.
which is why Queen of Pain is a fine pickup, right? Because you know the opposing team's secondary mid hero, the Clockwork.
Mhm.
Queen of Pain doesn't care about Clockwork, so
Right.
This is why I think a lot of people are
Radiant
bashing
team ban.
Wiha. Not the best performances we saw from him.
VC's turn
He
to
did
ban.
better. Maybe he just needs some more time to adapt. He was dominating in those classic 1 versus 1 matchups pretty much every single game. He is still one of the strongest mechanically skilled players in the world.
10 seconds remaining.
See if he can adapt, get
5
help.
seconds remaining.
Can be that aggressive, needs to adapt if who's on the other side to even
Reserve
3
time.
heroes sometimes.
Yeah, they usually don't like to help him, even in this
Yeah.
meta. It's usually him getting sacked. Last game even you saw Misery up there with Moon and Saxa down below with Resolution.
Radiant team pick.
Apparently I'm getting word, if you are actually genuinely curious if your boy Jack was going to hit 5K or not, you can head over to the BTS Fun stream where they are currently observing Jack's game. That's Beyond the Summit 2 if you want to see
10 seconds
Jack.
remaining.
have they
This-
told Jack that?
I don't know.
Jack
I
doesn't
hope
operate
not.
well under pressure.
5 seconds.
I hope
He
not.
really
I'll
does.
tell you that right now. Jack does not.
So tune in to find out whether Jack wins or fails. in this 5K
I
adventure.
feel like the BTS studio is setting him up for failure right now.
That's just more entertainment for all our viewers.
Yeah, we're gonna lose at least half of the viewers on this stream.
That's true.
Game 3, whatever. Planet On now moving on forward here. Now, you were talking a bit about the mid layers being picked up, and I know this is not likely, but of all the series and two teams going head-to-head, I figured maybe a Meepo pick would have crept in at some point. Either side, maybe. But do you think that the Meepo thing, especially with DC, is now just gone? Is the, you know, I know there was like one game, I think maybe it was a Summit qualifier matchup where, or to get in the event or not, that they tried to go for the Meepo again and it didn't work out. Do you think they've just distanced themselves entirely from that?
It's got to be a really good Meepo game.
Yeah. Like fifth, it's like fifth, fourth pick now.
And
No more
I think
first
Meepo
phase.
games are just harder to come by.
Yeah, and on top of that, like you see mid lane being 2v2 now. Meepo's not like a he's not a great hero.
He is his own team.
Yeah.
It's fair point to make. I'm sure there's always those people in chat and watching though. They're like, Meepo's got to come, right? Weehaw and Abed. But
Meepo and
you guys make a.
what's the Meepo name for Abed?
There isn't one.
He doesn't.
A god.
He's just yeah.
Radiant
Apparently, just
team
I'm just the best
A
Meepo on the
Beepo.
planet. A Beepo?
So don't.
Silencer versus Queen of Pain, Batrider. This is one of the few times I'm kind of okay with support Silencer. I think it's a good reactionary
10
hero to
seconds
Batrider.
remaining.
Most of the counters to Batrider,
5 seconds
Shadow
remaining.
Demon, Oracle, none of those heroes are really in vogue.
Venge.
Well,
Reserve
I have to
time.
disagree. I actually love seeing position 4 Silencer, but you need to be as active as possible, especially on that mid lane. Try to move.
Well, the
get
thing
that
is,
int up.
it's not a position 4 silencer. None of these have been position 4 silencer. They've all been position 5. Just sitting there in the lane, not being active, trying to zone out the offlaner, and all of a sudden a Sand King or a Clockwork runs at you, and then
DC's turn to pick.
Well, you
Then
can
you're
call it the duo support, duo roaming support, Silencer, Clockwork, whatever you want to call it. You're not gonna sit on the lane. You can sit in the lane if you have good kill potential, but that's not the point of having a Silencer in it.
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, I'm just saying, you know, the
5
4
seconds
position silencer
remaining.
that gets a lot of farm. I don't think it really exists anymore.
Since then, we
Reserve
get
time.
the bone. Cost
Did you
calls it.
see AY playing it
No,
with the double rapiers, just casually?
that was an AUI. That was Pilot Eye,
Twilight? Oh, well,
and that was like a 2-hour game.
still. You see
You're both right. Anyway, we have a Clinks again.
Yeah.
another boner, yeah.
Another boner. What?
Single target, physical, heavy burst.
Don't you call him ever like that? Clinks?
The boner.
That's your
Boner
thing?
Clinks? No, that's good.
I had
It's
noticed
just
that you
Euro
call him
thing.
Bone all the time.
That's like
Oh,
a
can't
European
say it
thing,
all the
right?
time.
Yeah, Milk does it. You know, they just throw out those Dota 1 names.
Bone.
We gotta hold on to him. The Shadow Priest. Excuse me?
Shadow.
Dazzle.
Therion. Yeah.
Crixalis.
Back to DC side now. What we bank is already their mid laner being established. And the
Fuzzy
Lena, the
Wuzzy.
Bubble Clockwork, Silencer support duo.
Jinzak.
Who was that?
This troll.
Damn, that
don't
is,
remember the name.
Well done. Well done, Charlie.
Cute.
And your knowledge that is completely useless in analysis of this draft. Can we get back on page, please?
I want to argue about how how 4 position silencer doesn't exist anymore.
I think this Faceless Void is a pretty interesting pickup. It's great versus the Batrider as a safe lane carry. It matches well into, like, the time dilation is good versus the Queen of Pain. And it sets
10
up the
seconds
Lena for a
remaining.
lot of success as a true carry.
Yes. Yes.
5
It provides like
seconds remaining.
a lot of teamfight lockdown for DC. It's something they lacked last game.
Reserve
You know,
time.
Odd had that Warlock pick, got a pretty decent level 6, and it just felt like DC had a
10
hard time
seconds
taking those
remaining.
big teamfight engagements. This time, they got Global, they got Chronosphere,
DC's
compared to,
turn
you know,
ban.
Odd's just a bunch of single target pick off.
Yeah, already loving the DC's lineup more. Not even with the last pick. I don't think Planet Odd the better lineup. Getting a Blink Dagger, maybe even Shadow
10
Blade,
seconds
Faceless
remaining.
Void
But what if?
will grant you just enough damage. Even
5
I just hope he
seconds
doesn't go
remaining.
for Mask of Madness.
Oh yeah, you like the diffusal.
Well, yeah, well, maybe
Yeah.
this game actually he can go because he has
Radiant
global
team
silence to back him up, so he's not gonna die. We saw during the summit, Ramses was playing it, so usually you just go in and pretty much you die because you can't get out. Also saw Mao's playing it, he
10
was facing the
seconds
same
remaining.
problems. I don't think the item fits here.
5
Maybe this
seconds
game,
remaining.
yes, because he has a follow-up from.
So now we have a safe lane Venomancer and
Reserve
off lane
time.
Void, presumably.
5
That'd be kind of the
seconds
norm.
remaining.
Planet Odd, what if they switch? I was gonna say it! God
Well,
damn it,
there you go.
Lacoste! You
Dude, I
gave me
believe
not
you.
enough room. I was gonna say, what if they put the Bat Rider support and make it an off lane Legion Commander?
Yeah, what if
and they dual lane together?
What if this is another
Oh.
troll lineup?
What?
It's not a troll lineup.
Not a troll lineup. It's
You-
legit, right? Legion Commander versus Void and Venomancer.
Austin, your
Right.
face is so red right
You
now.
stole
And
Cap's
I
moment,
was gonna
dude.
call that.
You stole Cap's moment.
I believe you.
We've
I
all been
believe you.
there.
Yeah, we believe
You're sitting
you.
there in your mind,
Yeah.
you're like, I got this
Lacoste,
scenario.
Lacoste. Yeah, we believe you.
It's really red.
Look how red he is.
It's not fair. He could have looked like a god. There could have been a thread. That woman could have finally been there.
Yeah. Instead, you
You
just
took
look
it all
like a
away.
douchebag
Lacoste
again.
with your dumb
It's fine, I already
silencer
got it
talk
already.
you guys
We're
went
all
off
good.
for.
Hey,
Jizak or whatever the fuck you all did.
Get out.
Nordstrom.
Nordstrom. You know, whenever I saw that, I always think of Nordstrom's, the
Bookstore? No, is it?
no,
The clothing
Clothing store. Yeah.
I don't know, just like, what?
Nordstrom.
You
Or,
need to get more style. Wearing Northrom. What?
Yeah. Get on the deep V-neck
Nordstrom
style train like these guys over here.
I'm
It's
sorry,
not a-
you only
this is
shop
not a
at Hugo
V-neck
Boss
style.
for
Yeah,
your
you're opening
casual
it up.
style.
Go.
So, with this Legion Commander, do you like Planet Odd's lineup better than DC's?
No, I already
No.
said
Still
that I
stay
like.
with a
yeah.
Void?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a safe lane Void, so they secured a good amount of farm. But still, they have a really good setup, good team fight. It's just how they execute it.
Yo, this is Jack's game. There's a Venomancer.
It is.
It's
He's
meant to
playing
be.
safe lane Venom. No, Jack would be jungling with this Venomancer, so this will be the true test. If it
That-
starts off jungle,
So
that's
they can
an
still
iron
do it.
talent.
Clock off lane, jungle Jack Venomancer, safe lane Void,
Jungle Jack.
Jungle Jack.
It's a tribute to
Jackomancer,
Jack's 5K
Jackomancer.
game.
And we are in it. All these, look at all these TPs.
Prepare
Of course, the
for
game has
battle.
changed dramatically. No more just walking out from the fountain out to your lanes here. Just immediate battle of the ward play here. Who's going to take the initiative in the vision game? Soxus being the bodyguard for this one here still holds it. Dooku's going to be the one holding the obs. Here on one side, Ferev's trying to be the one to scout out ahead, but he actually just missed where Soxa was.
Oh, they see each other.
And they already go out. And they'll zone Soxa all the way back. Dooku's like, this is my chance, quickly. Go plant a ward that they will not be able to see.
Can I treat the silencer? Can I give him the Bane treatment like Lacoste does?
Yes, yes, please, because I hate that hero too.
You hate him
can
because you're
try
That
it.
silencer with the wildly impactful arcane curse.
Well, you can try, but
Look at all the damage and catch he had on that Rubik out of position.
30 seconds to
I wish I
battle.
had a different player playing it to prove you wrong.
Oh Jesus!
What's
You
wrong with
hating on
Dubu,
Dubu?
God?
Well, we'll see.
Yo, let's be real. Dubu this last series, this last
Yeah.
month.
This last qualifier, yeah.
I gotta be honest. It's so hard to feel his presence in these games. Well,
It's hard to be an outstanding 5 position in general.
I mean, I
But
understand.
yes, I agree. I think Dubu's underperformed.
Yeah, I don't want to. I was joking, but still, I would have. You want to prove it wrong? Need a few more games. There were a lot of silencer picks, though. Check actually.
Ferev's gonna drag the creep with?
He's going to attempt
It's
it.
not gonna be a good time for him though.
Yeah, look at who's waiting for him on the
Oh,
other
God.
side. Oh boy.
What have I done?
Can he time
He's
walk
dead.
away from
No,
this?
he's dead.
Leap up, a throwback. And it's going to be a slow and painful death.
Can he
here.
make it? 15 seconds.
15 seconds. 13 seconds.
He's got 35 health.
He had to time walk over it.
And first blood goes to Misery on his support Batrider. Already takes his business towards the mid lane here.
Oh, this is
Oh, Mason gonna get a kill onto Moon in the off lane here. Props to Bulbon setting that one up. No props to me for missing it.
Silencer is props to Dakota.
Props for missing it.
Oh, never mind. Silencer is 51% with me. Qualifier.
So you're wrong.
By 1%.
1%. Got him.
Well, I'm sure this is.
How many were support? How many were mid lane?
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a stats man.
Well, Phonic is in 1%. And
But Lacoste, in this qualifier, the games that you have been watching, it is
I was talking about general.
41%. Oh, bullshit. 41%.
We're talking about Silencer
So that would
as
be,
a hero.
You are incorrect.
We're talking about Silencer in NA because we're watching the NA qualifier.
And this qualifier, in this meta, at this time.
Moon's doing a battle up at top lane, a battle that he's going to lose.
And, you know, I didn't see it, so it never happened.
Second death by Moon.
Bulba's just, like, constantly tagging in and getting
It's
the
going to be
kills.
big for Bulba.
Yeah. Alright, hot start for DC in the top lane at least, but mid.
Oh, he missed the
Jump in,
arcane curse.
break
This
out.
is why.
Oh, look at the arcane curse.
Yeah.
That's why he died with 4 stacks of sticky napalm on him.
No, but I'm gonna look bad because missing his spells.
It's his fault that I'm gonna look bad, alright?
That should help.
Alright, well, at least, Planet Odd will at least get mid lane back in
He
favor
needs
for how
to be on
troublesome
top.
it's
There
been.
was 2 kills on top. It was 4 in-stolen from Legion Commander. That would be actually big. I'm super sweet.
Yeah,
no trolling, no flaming.
You think he should be top lane.
Yes.
But still flirting around mid lane, at least for now. He could be heading that direction at this moment. Tune into Rev briefly here at the bottom lane as he's getting closer to that level 3, but Sox is right on that mark too.
Have we ever seen Misery play Batrider before? 'Cause so far, he's having a tremendous impact.
Yeah.
When was it?
It was with this iteration.
July 2016.
Sure, July 2016.
This
What a
iteration of the team in 2016.
Well, maybe you want to check on that cap as well.
Radiant's top tower is under
No, but
attack.
he's always played sort of a little more unconventional 4-position heroes. Sometimes he's just like, oh, I want to do this
Yeah.
this time.
And he's kind of a greedy support player at heart. And
Yeah.
I think usually these sort of abnormal supports are usually ones that scale pretty well.
And he's played many different positions throughout his career. He used to
Yeah.
be a core
everything.
player.
He's done everything on
I-
every team, in every position.
I remember Misery Potom.
He didn't play that long
The
ago,
most
actually.
legendary ones.
Misery the Slayer.
His time on Secret, I believe, back at ESL New York, we saw a lot of Misery.
I saw. I already told this story. Maybe not everyone heard it. When I was playing with Misery, he was long ago. He was playing bottom and he dominated the game with Godlike. Then died once, bought back, died another time, and just disconnected from official game. And then we actually won the game.
I remember him telling me this.
Sounds
It was
like
a competitive game.
Yeah.
Just DC'd straight out. I was like, I'm done here.
That sounds like the old Misery. That sounds exactly.
But his team goes on and wins without him, so at least he started things off
Yeah,
for his
if it
team.
was any other player, you would say probably that I'm lying, but knowing it's Misery,
Uh-oh.
pretty believable.
Little Jack
story.
Courier gonna get spanked by Bulba once, then head back the other direction, and now Weehaw realizes he might be in a bit of a pickle here. Here comes Bulba once again, steps in with the battery assault, and Weehaw will have to blink to the other side.
There's actually a bottle in the courier, that's why it's going so slowly.
Oh, top lane Mason's dead.
Yep, they are chasing him down, burning him up a bit, but will force out the rotation here. He's still burning away, but looks like he'll be fine.
All right, you're right, Lacoste.
The
The silencer TPing and really stopped that.
scary silencer rotation.
Oh, he's
He's
level-
going to stun him with his stun spell.
Doesn't need to stun. He has enough
Nuke
slow,
him with
especially
his other
against-
nuke spell.
Especially against the Batrider. Hero is so good.
And then he's going to save the Venomancer with the save spell.
Yeah, in the early game,
gonna
definitely.
tether
Dear
him.
God, please let DC win. Let this game drag for another 2 hours. Infinite scaling lineup from both sides. Still,
I'm pretty sure Dubu's never had more than 5k net worth in any game.
It's unfortunate. I liked seeing Dubu a lot when he was
Wizard Spirit.
playing the fourth position. I was just about to say that.
Dakota loves
Yeah.
that.
I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh, 5 position doesn't seem to be his thing, but I will say that I do miss Dubo on more of those action-packed kind of heroes, and now he's kind of, you know, being a babysitter, doing his best to hold it out. Misery, though, I mean, he is what Dubu was. He's very proactive. He's all over the place.
That was kind of awkward, the fact that Soxa and Misery were playing like directly on top of each other there. Maybe they could have killed the Lina if they had telekinesis, Firefly over him with sticky napalm.
For a moment, I thought
separated.
it was 2 intelligence stolen, but it's actually 2 stacks, sadly.
Well, Soxa and Misery continue to roam around as a pair, knowing that their safe lane Clinks is very self-sufficient. They're free to kind of just go around and make an impact elsewhere, but you know, you're going against some Weaver and just look at this shit. I mean, he can't go in through that. He's still going to be able to farm up.
Planet Odd should know about this this Observer Ward, because they got hit by a Venomancer Ward, but the Venomancer Ward doesn't actually have that much vision. So since they got hit over in this area, they should know there's some sort of vision over there.
Misery hasn't really darted out from it yet. Soxa, though, however, has gone all the way down to the bottom lane, it would appear, but they're already heading out the other direction.
I gotta say, look at this. Like, Misery, or look at the Legion Commander's farm. Look at Mason's farm. Like, as a Venomancer, you want to be the one pressuring the lane. You want to be the one, like, applying your venoming gorge to against the other heroes. But he can't do that. He's getting pressured all over the place by 2 active heroes, the Rubik and the Battle. And what's his support? It's a Roman Clockwork that has to go around, and that's perfectly understandable. But the Silencer, it does nothing here. Like, I don't want to, you know, ruin your ruin your image.
We need to
here.
go away from that because these silencers.
They probably do need to make their first move with Ferret though. He's got his level 6. Like they need to try and set up a kill for the Lina. Like he can't really go to the Venomancer lane because he doesn't have any mana, and he won't have his ultimate at this point. So they've got to get some sort of push out and rapid rotation, like smoke rotation up the top lane with Abed or something like that. But it's going to be hard because you're bringing 2 cores out of their lane in order to get a gank somewhere.
Yeah, they need either.
Or Weehaw obliges them.
Jade, okay, they
That's
got
perfect.
a good setup there, alright. Moves right in, allows the Chrono and Laguna combo. They're going to be able to take him down. Nice grab for Abed on that one. Resolution Soxa, though, pressuring this bottom tier 1 in the meanwhile. But your first Chrono will be successful.
Yeah, they needed that badly. Look how bad they're just losing on CS here.
Yeah, they also need, what is Bulba's level? When he hits level 6?
Level 4 right now.
Fresh
He's
forward.
also level 4, so we're not going to have those like level 6 supports by 10 minutes that you would normally look to for a successful laning phase.
What's Misery?
Misery is 4.5.
4.5 still.
Does he have a...
But I think Misery, once he clears through this, he'll probably get level 6 naturally, and they could probably have Soxa pick up the...
Yeah, I'd hate for DC if this turn one of those games without Venomancer's just kind of doing not much on the side and just in his own game. Maybe eventually whittles down in tier 1, but there's really not much of a problem for Odd, and they can just ignore altogether and take a lot of these 5v4 fights. Mason's already so far behind. He comfortably be in the lane here, while Moon is going to coast his way towards a duel and a early Blink Dagger too.
His wards are just free CS. All they do is tickle the Legion Commander.
This will do nicely.
Oh, nearby,
Dire's middle
Resolution.
tower
Making moves
is
for
under
Dubu. He
attack.
gets the uphill miss there. A little bit of space away. Misery now flying into action here. Abed and company waiting behind the tower with the Laguna good to go. Stun right next to him as he TP's out. Little did they know.
What kind of TP play was that?
I don't remember.
Run behind the mid-tier 1 and TP out?
Would have been much more awkward if they'd been caught by that. Well, let's say there, but
Yeah, if he stays mid right now, like then at least he's helping them, you know, as an active threat, taking that mid-tier 1.
Dubu just bought Dome, so they want to have global silence before the Clockwork hook shot. We'll see if that pays off. Another Chrono will be online soon, yeah. Right.
Oh no, he just
right
took
now.
the tome, I think. Bulba did.
Bulba stole
Yeah,
it.
he just ate it.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
They should do it for the pubs so that no one can steal your tome, because it happened.
Oh, these people have taken off the courier
Yeah.
and just read the book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, Four should TP back now, get some mana up, look for another fight with Kronos here.
Yeah, for sure. They're going to have that. They're going to have a hookshot up and at the ready. They're going to have Laguna. This is really all you can ask for DC at this point in time to be able to kind of take some big fights here and take some picks. It looks like they're going to be smoking and heading on through the bottom lane and hopefully getting a jump possibly onto Resolution. At least that was the game plan it looked like they were drawing out there on the map. But here it comes.
I think you get the most impact out of just because he is still an active hero and he doesn't come back very well. He doesn't have very strong farming mechanisms. If anything, we talked about it, it's even worse because death packs not off as often.
Move in Chrono. A hard commitment in to go for Weehaw here. No rotations are coming out quite yet, so this should be a swift and easy takedown there. Doesn't even cost them the extra pepper of a Laguna or anything like that. Just a simple second rotation from Forev to the mid lane to get another Chrono kill onto Weehaw. Meanwhile, bottom lane, that means that Resolution can move on forward and start chunking down this tier 1 tower. A glyph will be forced out, but look at Saksa rushing through the trees with the back end of a haste rune to try to sketch out a support nearby, but it's actually Bulba who gets caught up in a duel. Moon gets the good pick, gets the first set of damage of the game, and they get the tier 1 tower.
Mason tried to make the most. He really aggressively pushed in the top lane. He's trying to threaten that off lane tower. A little bit surprised that DC kind of squared up at that bottom lane without Chronosphere, knowing that the Legion was missing and very likely was trying to make a sort of aggressive rotation.
Misery's nearing his blink dagger.
Yeah. What's cool about the support Bat Riders, it's a great hero like Jakiro or kind of Rubik, but it's one of those heroes that gets in front of tower pushes really easily.
Yep.
Just like an off-lane Bat Rider, you just get in front, Firefly, and drag the creep wave back.
It's super interesting playing him in the fourth position. I don't think we've seen it very much, if at all, lately. But
no.
it's so good in the mid lane because you get that those early levels of sticky, and it's like it's great at sort of disrupting. Oh, missed hook from Bulba. Oh, look at that arcane curse zoning them. I'm just kidding. It doesn't do anything.
Because he missed. They can't afford to miss a big spell like Hook if they want to contest and defend the tower.
Is under attack.
Back to the Bat Rider. Like you see these dual lane mids, and it's usually a melee hero trying to poke and prod at somebody. But Bat Rider actually fits that function really well, and
Yeah,
scales, provides initiation, is in some ways a vision hero as well.
You're forced to go 2 versus 2 when Bat Rider is there, so you're stacking Palm, sticking a Palm and 2 heroes actually. Also a lot of 3 position heroes swapped position 4, Clockwork, Slardar, Bat Rider. What else is there?
Nyx.
Her Spirit.
Sanking.
He started. But yeah, that seems to be a trending thing. It's a lot of the playmaking kind of offlaners who, I mean, they brought in these bounty runes into the game, so there's easier opportunities for these playmakers to move around the map, still gain, some money, still gain some XP, and eventually just kind of be those playmakers regardless.
Yeah, the lines are definitely blurred between the roles. And in this situation, like, Legion Commander can go around looking for kills, and Bat Rider can farming out a lane. Or in this case, it's actually Saksa, who's become a Venomancer by stealing the Plague Wards, and is actually just has been occupying that top lane for the last like 2 minutes, and has prevented Mason from doing what Venomancers typically want to do, which is own the lane and take the tower.
Tier 1 acquired from both sides there. Looks like Omdet is going to get one of his own there in the bottom lane, and is planning on take through the top. Now they can move on forward here. Doesn't look like Saksa has any vision wards at the moment, but he'll take the opportunity to plant down a couple of Venom wards just to get some extra vision for themselves. So that Mason's nearby. He's doing his own thing.
Mason is actually 2-0. It's really good. He has a lot of farm. Is that full whale coming through?
Yeah, it is. Looks like they are going to smoke up here on Planet Odd.
Yeah,
But DC are already kind of grouped up, and honestly, DC should be looking for a fight with Chronosphere. Brev had a great read sitting behind mid last time. Chronosphere. Maybe he can do it again.
It's gonna be a big fight. They have global silence too.
Yeah, they've got such great reaction heroes.
Yeah. Odd will have to make a seriously good first strike to take out either the Void and or the Silencer to make sure that they don't get hit with a big counterplay. And since there's no sudden opportunity for them to kind of move in to the Roche, they just walk into the pit instead. But the second they do, already it's going to get pinged out from Bulba. Maybe the last second of that rocket, I'm not too sure, but whatever the case may be, it seems that DC are privy to it, and they put in a new fresh rocket. Misery's trying to be the one to guard things out, but now Forever makes his move in, looks to go for a Chrono, only finds one target at that. Bulba latches on just before the bubble, gets a nice cog lockdown onto 2, and allows him and Abed to really go to town onto Wii and company. Both him and Resolution, in a world of hurt, and Resolution's going to be going down. On the other side, it's Mason, able to get the quick, swift finish as Misery will be finished.
That was the greatest unintentional hook lock I've ever seen. Yeah. Like, he ends up on, like, just the perfect area to just go ahead and hug up 2 cores together. Because he hit the Rubik in the river. Because that's what he was intended to go for. Wow, that was very fortuitous. DC.
He was hesitating on using the Chrono, so Quap blinked out. If he casted it immediately, it would have been so good. Maybe he didn't even want to commit to a hook shot there. Could have go for something else. Just a matter of milliseconds, I guess.
Yeah, I think all of us really like this Void pickup, and it's kind of weird. We just haven't seen as much of this hero.
Inform me about Silencers and Stolen.
2, sir.
He was running away in the Roche pit for some reason instead of going near the kills.
You can't steal intelligence if you're not alive. I don't know why he's running away.
He was going into Roche pit, couldn't see. I was focusing on the Chrono.
I didn't see
him going away from it.
Very tough spot for both Weehaw and Resolution. Very unfortunate positioning for Bulba, just kind of locked them out of that fight altogether. For one of the first times we've seen them both be, very ineffective at getting anything done.
Ooh, this is interesting. Abed's going for a Blink Dagger pickup on the Lina. After the Bloodstone, he didn't get what has been sort of an NA build, which pulls Bloodstone into Shadowblade.
Maybe it's because, like, the Clock, potentially the Void, have such long ranges of initiation. He wants to be able to keep up with them, catch up.
Yeah, I think he has to, like, work around these 2 initiators quite a lot in this game. And this is also a more aggressive lineup. I feel like the Lina is going to be less of that, run around farming and sometimes killing heroes. It's going to be a lot more 5-man on DC's side.
Do you think it'd be in Mason's best interest to also consider investing a Blink Dagger in that case, so that he can get in with a good
tank up?
Mason just bought a guess. With XP talent, it still pays off on Venom.
He gets hit with a duel. They drag him back in, but the global's there. Bulba dishes out the hookshot, but couldn't find a target. But Moon's also not going to find the duel victory. In fact, he'll be the one to go down as he's surrounded by the full team of DC. Once Odd recognized that, they abandoned their offlaner.
They still have Chrono too. Oh, there's that blink.
Whoa, blink in from Abed, the debut onto Saksa. He will get hit with it and burned up.
What do you say about this silence?
Great choice.
He hit that R button at the good time.
He did,
and it worked.
It was the one use of that hero in this game.
I mean, I think it would have been a travesty if he didn't hit the R button there. He did the job.
Moon needs to be careful about jumping in front when global silence is up. It's gonna happen every time. He needs to catch him or have someone from behind dealing damage, maybe Batrider catching him up so he can't cast it. There's no still any single items on top for you Scepter just to remove the global silence and I guess just the Void if it's needed in the Chrono.
Oh, an Invis. Rune picked up by the Voids. Might be able to catch the Resolution. No, he's actually out. I think Planet Odd is just getting a little too impatient, Like, DC should be punished by the fact that they're kind of always 5-manning together, right?
Well, they have a it's not that good. Split push, bone is good, Queen of Pain decent, doesn't provide much damage, but
they've got Bat and Legion as well. I mean, I think almost every single one of their heroes comes with some sort of wave clear or tower hitting capabilities. I think the point is, like, they need to be more careful about when they initiate. They really have to make sure that the team is split up if they're going to go in. Otherwise, they're going into Global Silence and Chronosphere.
Oh, look at the gold on Mason. He just finished the Midas and has another 1.5k.
Gonna have the Boots of Travel soon, so that'll kind of facilitate more 5-manning and still be able to cover your ass.
Dire's middle tower is under
The
attack.
split pushers right now seem to be on the odd side of things. We have Wee moving through the mid lane, doing some work onto the tier 2, and Resolution's even doing more work here at the top tier 2. This will not even cost Odd possibly their bottom tier 2. It looks like Abed will stick around to help secure the finish, but Odd recognizing that this is not their time for fighting.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They're just going to try to split the differences as much as possible until they can get those next couple of items online to help up their defensive capabilities. We see the Black King bar is slowly coming together there for Resolution, and Wee has got to finish that duels.
Misery's thinking about a Shadowblade pickup as opposed to a Force Staff. That was the second item for a Bat Rider.
Well, the Shadowblade had great success in the previous game to stop that split push. Now it could be also a good choice just to catch that silencer actually, so they can't reinitiate. Void needs to be around to cast defensive chrono.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of like great natural team fight on there, so they have to make it up by finding creative ways to start fights.
Shadowblades have been a crutch for a lot of these teams to kind of have those opportunities here. I even just saw Forev going for one-handed zone, where we would have seen other Voids maybe even consider like Blinks. They like that opportunity to get the Shadowblade set up on split pushers and side farmers like this Clinks here. And it looks like his BKB is now en route. Good timing too, because it looks like DC are starting to make their advancement from up north here. They have gotten their own tier 1 and they're not stopping. They're going to go for a tier 2 on top of it. And I'm curious to see if Planet Odd want to defend this one or not. They're already rotating over. Actually, that TP was canceled here from Moon, it looked like.
Structures are fortified.
He's also slotted up BKB and is going to join the rest of his team in farming forests.
Slack a Force Staff for that Rider. Maybe real. I guess it's very rare that he's going to be going. He's going to see if he gets anything.
Oh, what's this? They are mass TPing towards the shrine where Soxa has been spotted out. But it looks like DC didn't have like the know-how, so they tried to run out the other direction, and instead it's going to be Bulba, caught up from Misery. It's with the lasso, they'll try to pull back, but he goes for the valiant jump towards the neutral camp to try to make it away, but the duel will be there for Moon, and the damage will be awarded.
Yeah,
that's pretty awkward. I was wondering why they made that TP to the shrine. Did they think that maybe Planet Odd Heroes had come back?
No, because they saw Planet Odd Heroes in front of their tier 2 bottom, and so they wanted to TP heroes behind them to that shrine to wrap around. That's why they smoked as well. But they didn't.
Oh, they were smoked? Oh,
I believe so, but they didn't anticipate, you know, a Planet Odd hero already being there on that shrine.
Yeah, that makes more sense if they were smoked, because then it actually takes a hero there. Because I was thinking like, well, what if they just have a ward in that area? But I think DC again, just chill out a little bit. Don't need to force fights so hard.
Well, I think they should, because they're not getting much out of this.
Oh, over Lena, but a nice chrono will come out from Forev. It does lock in his own team. He steps back a bit, and now the focus is going to be on Abed, but he's able to get the Yules off. They'll quickly burn through Soxa, and then Forev will be going down next. It's going to be Resolution trucking out the damage. Bulba is going to be eating his wrath next. Laguna will fire out onto Resolution, but quickly goes into that skeleton walk and makes a hasty retreat. On the way out, Moon can't quite get the catch. Yubu within the trees. TP's away. Couldn't even get the duel there. While Wee, not involved in the fight, gets his own push. But Rezo, whoa, what? In the bottom lane, gets caught out. Clinks now. Skeleton walk. They spotted him, and they Yules him. As he tries to go for the TV, it looks like they will get the little boner and take him out.
That would have been really good for Planet Odd at that point, except Rizzo gets taken out.
Yeah, they had that fight without the Queen of Pain. The Venomancer shows himself and he starts running forward, and the rest of the team backs up, and Rizzo just gets, I don't know, greedy or something and tries to hit some more creeps.
I think DC should fight whenever they have Chrono, because there's gonna be BKBs coming from the north side, and they don't have much right-click damage. Lena deals some of the damage, but with this build, still not good enough. Void, not much damage yet. Venomancer still has to get some items to deal right-click damage and to get to the level 20.
Oh yeah, I agree. When I say they should calm down, I just meant that, like, they need to make sure when they initiate it really is a good fight. Because the worst thing you can do when you're ahead like this and you have the superior team fight is bungle shit up and just get, like, you know, that two-man shrine, TP, and that sort of thing. And then you say you use your Chrono 3, you use your Global Silence. Then the game really starts rapidly falling out of control for you. I think they should not be too discouraged about that bottom fight. Planet Odd set it up really well, and DC just didn't have their Venomancer, and some of their heroes were kind of staggered. So they should still look to take an engagement against Planet Odd.
Look at this.
Just off the barely. That means that DC are going to be under a bit of the watchful eye of Odd on this one. We're going to have the lane ward on top of it too, so they will shift their business all the way down here below. Solution stacking it through the damage. Has a Crystal Sword to complete, but Diffusal is going to be next in queue, it would appear.
This is good. Good pickup by Void. Chrono is up, Global Silence is up. They should surprise them with Shadow Blade. Get a 2, maybe even 3-man Chrono.
And, he goes into the Shadow Blade, but no opportunity presents itself from Odd in the mid lane.
Dire's middle
It's a
tower
good
is
game
under
with all
attack.
these Shadow Blades.
Yeah, lots of setup, lots of vision potential in this game. Oh, DC recognize the Roche is up. They want to make a move in for it. First, got to secure the perimeter. It's going to be Bulba dropping down that high ground ward and vision.
They don't do Roshan very quickly, though.
There's going to be a lot of space if they want to do it.
Yeah, one team's got really good contest for Roshan, the other team's got really good Roche taking abilities, but it's the wrong team in control of the pit, you know?
Yeah.
There is a
Bat Rider
Solar
in the
Crest,
game.
though, on Mason.
Yeah.
So that will help, but that's about it.
Yeah, even the support Bat Rider is such a big threat on Roche. Now, obviously, you're going to see a lot of hesitation from DC on even doing it. It may even require going for the pick first. But still just kind of, as a 5-man here, scouting out to see if anyone from Odd will eventually, I don't know, show up and check the Roche. They're not getting these kind of opportunities. It's just still going to be Odd farming the most of the map.
Sadly for DC, they don't have any heroes to get a Heaven's Halberd, get a Golem. I mean, Mason can go one, but it's gonna cost them a slot. And Clockwork needs a lot of time to farm it. Dubu's not gonna get anytime soon.
I think they saw Resolution bottom.
And they just immediately...
They're not gonna make it in time.
Odd are like coming together, they're putting on their clothes, they're getting ready, and it's like, okay boys, pop that smoke. But the problem is that this road is gonna get done before they even formulate what kind of intro they want to have to this fight. Maybe they can set up something for DC on the way out. Let's see. They're heading all the way bottom to see if they can catch up with whoever from DC side might try to push out this bottom lane.
Yeah, get to the bounty area, get to
Yeah.
the high ground area, see if you can
Wait.
catch someone coming
Oh,
across.
nice reading by Mason.
Yeah, nice ward there. See the bounty rune disappear and know that something's fishy, so they're not even going to head that direction at all. Good sense from Mason. So now if you're Odd in the situation, I guess it's just like, well, just go through the bottom lane and push. Get Weehaw out in front.
Yeah, they can't go high ground, though. This is another one of those where at your high ground, please go back to your base, stop pushing out other lanes kind of play. But DC's, calls their bluff. Only sends Mason back with the wards, so...
It's a good call to make. Odd have pretty much just started, waddling away from this bottom lane, and some of their time has now been wasted. And it was a swift, easy roach for DC at the end of the day. And now they can wait for whatever it is they're waiting for, whatever next item pick up before they can make their next advancement with the benefit of that extra life. Who ended up grabbing it as well? I imagine Abed, not Legion.
No, DC took it.
Oh yeah, DC took it. My bad, Abed. You got it.
Do some rap songs with those sick rhymes.
Thanks, man. Early glyph already as Abed's going to be sieging away from that very distant low ground. It's time for them to draw the attention of Odd to the base.
And this is not a bluff.
No, they're here for reals. Bulba scouting things out with the rocket. They get some vision up there, but as you see here, we have Planet Odd vision nearby.
This is not good for Planet Odd. They already moved all the heroes to the bottom. Maybe some could stay, so Venomance can't leave the base.
Ooh, look at this. Misery jumps all the way over and across. He even sidesteps the LSA stun to just drag Bulba to the low ground, but really not going to be accomplishing a lot from it. I see the ambition in that play to be able to try to maybe pull him straight down inside the base, but yeah, DC were able to intercept.
Because he can't get he can't go on the lane.
He went for a Shadow Blade, which looked good, but they couldn't find an opening.
He didn't even force out the global. Maybe he was trying to bait the global early also or something, but DC are patient. They hold it. They take the tier 3 down, and now they're already making a move for the Rax. Now move. Jumps in. Goes for the duel, but at that same moment, global comes out. The chrono comes out. It locks all of the team in their place, and they're going to be able to get the finish onto Moon, which forces out the immediate buyback. Now the Poison Nova going to be dispensed. Misery, Soxa, and all of them covered in some sticky, venomous goo. Trying to hide out and hit the showers under the shrine to kind of heal up as best they can, but Abed's already going to work inside the racks. He will end up losing his life as Weehub will blast him down with a Sonic Wave. Now Abed returning with a second life. Goes on in for the racks. Meanwhile, Mason in that Venom going to work, claims one life as they clean up the next. It's going to be Moon dropping now, and DC will claim the top racks.
Who has a buyback?
Nobody. Neither the Legion Commander nor the Rubik have a buyback for this one. They will be able to get the finish onto Mason, it would appear. Odd are bending things off. DC still want to hang around a bit. Bulba going to be going down. A couple right clicks of Resolution. They do get the return fire onto Misery. Now the Laguna coming out from Abed. They want to go for Resolution too, and they'll get it. Resolution down for 70 seconds. No buyback.
They even lost the gem. Is that gem on the ground? Not being
Dakota.
picked up?
Squeeze all the way up over here.
Mid lane.
Mid lane. Where? What gem?
The gem was being pinged.
It's right here. It's on our boy Soxa.
But that was
They don't have
almost a double team
Is
fight.
under attack.
They don't have a pipe on Team Odd, and look at the slow. Venom, time dilation, Arcane Curse.
They can't get on top of this Lina.
Yeah, they
to
got
save
the
their
Lincolns and the Silence. This is the best chance to get a hold of her. And they got her down. 8 kill streak and some duel damage. Going to be rewarded. Soxa, though, does get the last hit, but still 1,000 gold for him. And he's close to a Blink Dagger.
DC lose this game, and they're going to look back to these 2 moments where they didn't wrap fully around when they went mid. Mason kind of got caught, just kind of skirting through the mid lane. They just kind of poked at him with clinks, lost that kill. Then they come back with only 3 heroes. They lose Abed. Like
It's a lot of
these are losses you can easily just avoid, right? Like you have such a big lead. There's no need to bleed away these little picks.
Someone bought back.
There's the Legion.
Mid lane, Shadow Blade's out. He's Odd on the prowl. DC a bit nervous here, running out the other direction, trying to make changes for Soxa, but look who sweeps in from behind. Meanwhile, Abed is going to get that finish onto Soxa with the help of Laguna, and now chases for the next target. It's going to be Moon. Misery can't help any further here. They will be able to get the finish onto Moon, but Bulba goes down on the other side, hits super hard, tries to force step up towards his team, but will end up going down.
I believe they have a Lincoln's problem. They just tried to. They can't lasso the Lina. You can't duel the Lina. Like
They just have a team fight problem. There's
Yeah.
no team fight hero.
They need
really
BKB.
on the
That's the
side.
thing. I don't know why Agent didn't go for BKB. Instead went to Ange. I guess
maybe
to
a
pop a
halberd to get the
BKB.
pop Lincolns.
Yeah, but I think he can get a pretty much solo kill on anyone if he just initiates with the Blade Mail and the BKB. Blink, even if the global silence is popped, he'll still get the damage probably.
They got the BKB on Queen of Pain. They also just need time. Time for level 25 on Queen of Pain. Get that 4-staff on Bat Rider and stuff, but I highly doubt DC are going to give it to him. Mostly
Gem on Forev. They spotted Resolution. They're going to hit him with a Chrono. Abed's there on the other side. Immediately starts things off with the Laguna. Can they right-click at home? Stepping in, but the Global's going to be there as Weehaw tries to get in the action. He will finally get off the Sonic Wave after he BKs Bees off the Silence, but they're not getting any sort of return fire. Resolution's down and out. Nice Yule's catch onto the Weehaw, and that might be the game. Just like that. Both cores caught outside the base for this one. And just Forev in the right place at the right time with a gem and a Chrono in the pocket. Now it's all on Moon, Misery, and Saksa to stall things out and prevent DC from shoving him down the lower bracket, but it ain't going to be easy. He goes for the duel while Abed gets lassoed up. Tries to hold him down as long as they can, but Moon will eventually drop, and then Abed moves in, gets the secure takedown on the Saksa, who will have to buy back. Abed eating a lot of damage under these towers, but still has lots of regen and some urns coming out that should heal him up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Saksa just got batted in the face.
He dodged the Laguna with the dagger. That was really cool, but, you know, at the end of the day, you have lost the video game.
The game was lost for Planet Odd. Down but not out, they go to the lower bracket to now face up against Complexity, while it is Digital Chaos and Team Freedom who are going to be in the winner bracket final. Wow, would you believe it?
Well, at least the silencer win ratio is going up.
It is going to be 43%.